Hello, I'm talking about the second part, the creative process. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. Challenging and inspiring is the first step. This song, it only revolves around two basic chords, the A minor and the C major. Despite that, I think this song was actually pretty difficult because, as I said in the video, I have to incorporate my pinky finger when I'm fingerstyle playing, which is something that not been very good at. But once I started learning this song, incorporating that pinky finger to play the sixth string, I feel like 10 times better at fingerstyle picking in general. So I'm very happy that I did it. But that was the challenging part about this piece. Matching and generating. The first, I think the best step in learning how to play a fingerstyle song is just to play. You just play open chords or just pick a chord so that sounds nice and just play the picking pattern back and forth, just like go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That is like very in like instrumentally useful because it's just very good practice for something that you're gonna be doing pretty much the same way throughout the entire song. The next step was planning and focusing. So this part is actually just learning the actual song. I watched the video, as I said. Like the guy gave very good instructions, but I think the best way was just to watch him play, and then look at the chord shapes he's making or the shapes he's making with his hands and everything, and just copying it, playing it, see if it sounds right. And if it sounds right, I'm fine. I think that's the easiest way to learn from those kind of videos. Next step, exploring, experimenting. So once I had the song down, I tried adding dynamics. Um, Basically, it just follows the structure of there's a crescendo. Then when we change to the C major scale, it goes back down to like a mezzo piano, like how it was in the beginning of the song. Yeah, around mezzo piano. Then another crescendo just keeps going up and up and up and up, and then there's the ending where it gets like quieter, quieter, and then last chord wasn't super quiet. I didn't want it to be that way because it's a very cool chord. I want to have a little emphasis on it, um, but there was dynamics in that sense, and you can definitely hear it in the mic. I think the mic picked it up very nicely. Then there was also this was hard to notice, but there was I made sure to pluck the actual the treble. Sorry, not the treble. The bass notes much harder than the treble notes. That is something that all came from the exploring experimenting step. I just played around with what dynamics sound right, what dynamics don't, and that's just what I came up with. Producing preliminary work. This step I think is probably the most useful one because this step, what I did was I recorded myself playing. This did two things. One, it made like a test video to see how well my camera picked everything up, and then also I can listen back to my playing and find mistakes. And there was the main mistakes I found. In the beginning, the two A notes was A note and there's the octave up, so just another A note or tonic to tonic. Um, sorry. When I'm playing that section, I played those two notes way too quick. So once you start playing those too quick, it just meshes up the entire song because you can't really like. It's hard to step down if you're already playing super quick. It was like I think I've written down like 140 BPM or something I was going at, even though I want to play the song at moderato tempo, which is like 100 and 120 BPM. So simply hearing myself play it too fast and realize, oh, I have to slow down, helped a bunch. Next step, presenting and performing. Oh, by the way, the last step is also part of the feedback phase. I using my own feedback from a video I made. Next step is presenting and performing. I presented this on October 29th at home with my classical guitar because that is the same guitar they use in the album, and I explained a little bit more about the difference between classical guitars and acoustic guitars on the actual video. I don't want to get into it now, but by doing that I was faithful. to the original song. And the last part, reflecting and evaluating. Looking back at the final video, I really liked it. I think the dynamics good, moderato. I kept it up at a tempo, something I'll talk about after. Melody and rhythm were great. Tempo, I think tempo a bit too fast. I mean, sure, I mean, it's fine. It's just a cover. I mean, I have a liberty of playing as fast as slow as I want, but I think there was like a small hiccup at 2:20, into the 2 minutes 20 seconds of video. Could have been avoided if I was just playing slower, and it's. I mean, I think everyone, like every performer is guilty of doing this, but playing too fast, playing it at too fast of a tempo is really something. Um, Despite something I noticed in the other video in my reflection phase, I was definitely slower than that, but I still think I could have gone a little slower, but it is what it is. So to wrap everything up, I think everything went great. I'm very happy that I forced myself to use the pinky finger. Um, and I think, just considering how short the time frame was, it was very. I'm really impressed that I've learned everything. Um, and I really shouldn't be afraid to play the song at a slower tempo, because as a smart man once told me, it doesn't really make a difference. So as long as the melody and rhythm is correct. And a very smart man corrected him by saying "and dynamics." And yep, that is everything. That is that is the creative process and the critical analysis process for the song "Is Anybody Out There" by Pink Floyd, played by me. Alright, thank you.